Tonight on Trendkill Radio, we have yet another Summer Spectacular 2, Electric Boogaloo. As I Lay Dying gets a mulligan from House of Blues, Rammstein defies the Kremlin, and Travis Barker calls out a pedo. All this and more coming up on Trendkill Radio.
Bow to it.
What's going on, everybody? This is Trendkill Radio, a rock show for all things rock, except for when it's not. Brought to you by the Foundry Concert Club and Fantasy Entertainment Complex right here in Cleveland, Ohio. I am your host, Sean Ryan, and today we have a Summer Spectacular featuring Coley Colgate.
Hey, it's me.
Jimothy.
It's him.
And I am Michelle Burlingame.
Sick reference, though, bro.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Dude, your references are out of control. Everyone knows that.
We did that last time.
Yes!
He said the thing.
That was a callback. That was a good callback. This is Chris Jones. He's a real piece of shit, everybody.
Everybody, let's just stop right now. Hit that subscribe button right below you.
Hit that motherfucker.
Hit it right where our crotches are. Touch it. Press it.
Maybe not Jim's.
Do it.
All right, we have a wild show, so let's just get into it so we can be done and we can eat. The first topic we got for you guys, we have As I Lay Dying. A lot going on with this.
Controversial topic right off the rip.
Yeah, man, that guy tried to kill his wife.
For $1,000 nonetheless.
Okay, recently House of Blues has come out and defending a decision to have As I Lay Dying play their venues. I think there's about 7 shows that they have booked for their North American tour, which are going to be at House of Blues. And if you guys don't know, As I Lay Dying, metalcore?
Metalcore pioneers, I'd say.
Yeah. Pioneers, that's a strong... All right, well...
Yeah, they kind of came out the same time Atreyu did. And according to Atreyu, they invented metalcore.
They invented metalcore, that's true. They have said that. It's on record.
So, yeah, they are playing these shows, and a lot of people, as usual, the internet just loves to fucking complain
What an uproar.
about everything and just go,
How dare you, House
How
of
dare
Blues?"
you?
Standing out here yelling rabble, rabble, rabble isn't going to help anything.
Back in like 2012, Tim Lambesis he talked to his gym trainer, actually, is what I found out.
Yeah.
And said, like, I'm so sick of my bitch wife.
Yeah.
I wish she were dead. And tried to get the trainer in on it and say, like, is there any way we can,
Have her killed.
take care of this
Maybe a
situation?
accident,
Yes. And so what this trainer did is he goes, no.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And he went to the police about it.
Now, were they divorced at the time, or were they working on the divorce? They always refer to her as his estranged wife.
They were separated, but they were still married.
Yeah, so his gym trainer had kind of set him up with the police and said, "Oh yeah, well I got a guy. Maybe you should talk to this fellow here, and maybe we can take care of your problem here." And this guy, posing as a hitman, was an undercover cop.
And they would meet at Borders. Their meeting spot of choice was a Borders near where he lived at.
Like a bookstore?
Like the bookstore, yes.
Books and music.
This is how long ago this was. Yeah, this is like 2012.
Do you think that's why they went out of business?
Books,
Accessories?
music, and solicited murder. That's the one-stop shop if I've ever heard of it.
So Tim gets popped. He goes to jail. He goes to trial. He gets sentenced to 6 years. And As I Lay Dying disbands, dismembers.
He got sentenced to 6, but he actually only served 3.
And this was
So Tim, he ends up getting out, and he gets back with As I Lay Dying. As I Lay Dying forgives him. He comes out in a public apology. He does it numerous times.
My fellow Americans, I am sorry.
Their new single is actually about this whole ordeal.
What's that called? Making
My Own Grave.
Take my own grave.
Grave.
Yeah, My Own Grave, yeah. And I think the ironic thing about the story, too, is that when As I Lay Dying first came out, big, they were kind of lumped in as a Christian metalcore band. That makes, that adds even a little more irony to the story.
God has killed so many people.
Well, yeah. That's true. Anyways, they announced this tour. A lot of people got super pissed about it.
Probably Twitter. Twitter is the digital equivalent of I'd like to talk to your manager.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. You need to settle down and mind your business.
That's true. It's true. And so people were in an uproar. Yeah, sorry. And they said, "Hey, House of Blues, what do you got? What's going on here? This guy tried to kill his wife. You're gonna let him play at your venue." And House of Blues defended their point and said, "Hey, here's why."
Well, and this had happened prior, too. They had announced a string of shows at the very least. A lot of the venues got such negative backlash from people that they were just canceling shows left and right because they didn't want the
That happened in
stigma stigma.
Spain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But House of Blues, they are owned by Live Nation, the soulless bastards that they are. So it makes a lot of sense,
Pieces
really.
of shit, really.
You can watch our 2 episodes ago about their conspiracy with Metallica to
Yeah,
fuck
it's just-
over all their fans.
Just awful pieces of garbage. they
Yeah,
are.
I know. So Live Nation, they're not doing anybody any favors. A Live Nation representative says, and quote, though staff and management may not agree with particular performers appearing in our venues, ticket buyers have the right to purchase tickets or not purchase tickets. End quote.
That-
I mean,
What a
they make a
stupid quote.
valid point. I mean, it's like,
That's still a
if you don't
stupid
want to
quote.
go to the show,
That's
don't
like-
go to the show.
But no, but that's like saying, okay, fine, don't go to the show, but also don't book the show if you really believe that this person's a bad person.
They don't
So-
care as long as it's going to bring in money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That-
Right,
that's the point
that's
I'm
what it
making.
is.
Like,
It's big
very-
business. It's corporate. They just
That's
want
a
money.
very greedy way of saying our hands are clean.
But I love it. I love it that a huge organization, a huge company in America has finally just went like, well, fuck you. You know
They've
what?
been
Like,
saying "fuck you" for years. Have you looked at a ticket price?
yes.
Not even the
fuck
ticket
is the
price.
service fee.
Yeah.
So House of Blues is standing pretty firmly behind their decision to let the band play. That's cool. That's great. Make your money where you can and however you can and whatever. Capitalism's fine. But I understand fully the outrage. What's next? You gonna let fucking O.J. Simpson do a tour?
I was
Right.
literally
If he
just
comes
gonna
out with
say
a
the same
book,
thing.
yeah, they probably would.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I would go. Honestly.
They'd probably have him sign him at Borders, but Borders is closed down. The Juice is Loose tour 2025.
The juice is loose. Coming to a city and white girl near you.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Tim has already served his time though. He's done his debt to society. The guy's learned his lesson.
Yeah,
he hasn't
I
tried to
mean-
kill any more women,
Yeah.
as far as we know.
I'll kill you! I'll kill all of you! Especially those of you in the jury!
Yeah. I mean, and I get it. Like,
He's back at the gym. He's looking good.
We want to pump you up.
yeah, he was also. I mean, say what you will, but like, abuse of anabolic steroids really can. I mean, look at Chris Benoit. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're not necessarily in your right mind. It's not an excuse, but
I
like,
know.
it's an explanation as to why he might have.
And it's not like he
Did that.
he didn't
Also-
even touch his wife.
He did not.
We don't know this woman. She might have deserved it. Is that wrong? Is that a wrong
I mean,
argument to make?
Who knows?
Some people do deserve to be murdered by hitmen.
If anyone's gonna complain, I mean, just go to work tomorrow and tell me there's not someone you don't want to die.
Fucking Gerald in the cubicle next to me, motherfucker.
House of Blues has a history of just saying no thanks, you've done some shit, no thanks. But with this particular situation, they're not doing that, and they're actually going the opposite way and saying no, absolutely, yeah, please.
Hey, you want to
So-
go or you don't want to go?
Yeah,
whatever.
Well,
But you know what? This doesn't matter in Germany. Germany is a fan of killing, as we've seen by history. They have actually upsold their like 5 shows.
I want to remind Sean that although he can edit the final episode,
This
we
is
are live
live.
streaming.
I'm just saying what's happening and what has happened.
Talk about that also new German band, Auschwitz Engage.
But the German shows, they're doing well that they've upgraded them to higher capacity venues.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, like, they don't care.
It's people just trying to feign offense or like trying to be like morally high ground. Like, but it's like, they're probably still listening to the records.
People
They're
that
like,
complain, they're just like, they want to complain because it feels like they're doing something,
Yeah.
although they're actually not.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
everyone-
Or it makes them more popular.
Everyone wants to feel a part of something, even if it's complaining about something, just so they feel that they have some self-worth and they feel like they belong somewhere.
And that is the end of this story. Next!
Next!
Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that.
God damn it!
And on to our next story, we have Rammstein again.
Wait. A lot of Deutschmarks.
I'm talking about 40 million fucking Deutschmark here, Bob!
You're fucking fired, Bob!
Okay, so yeah, recently they were Rammstein was playing in Russia,
Wow, those are the Russian people?
and
Rammstein plays in Rammstein, which is German for battering ram, even though they use a lot of fire. You would think they'd go with something for flamethrower, but that's aside the point. So Rammstein plays in Moscow, and their guitar players Paul Landers and Richard Kruspe ended up kissing on stage because Russia is notoriously known for their anti-LGBTQ mindset. It is just like a hate monger country for the gay rights movement.
They don't fucking like that at all.
I've seen videos of, like, people legitimately will get beat up on the street by fellow citizens for being gay. Like it's bad.
Gay bashing, which was like a thing in the States in like the 80s and 90s.
Well, every time before probably like 2005.
Yeah,
actually.
that was like a real thing. In Russia,
yeah.
It's still a very real thing, and people are getting accosted in the
And
streets,
it's
like,
a lot
every
more.
single
It's
day.
a lot, but no, in Russia, it is like, I mean, gay bashing in the States. Well, it got physical at times. So, I mean, we were more hate speech and things like that.
We were concerned more about ethnicity. Than
in Russia, they go
it's all white.
They go way over the envelope with that, and it's just like they're on stage, and you can see the picture that's been posted.
Over the envelope.
What is that phrase? Over the envelope?
I think the expression is pushing the envelope.
Yeah. There we go. They go a little overkill with it. I blended my phrases there. Sorry.
I'll allow it.
They stuffed it too much, not enough stamps.
So, in an act of defiance, they were on stage in Moscow, and these two guitar players took it upon themselves to kind of thumb the nose at the establishment and just a little middle finger to the Kremlin and like, hey, look what we just did. Mwah!
You can actually see this video right here.
In Russia, that's fucking edgy. That's taboo. That's a big fuck you. But I've seen members of Rammstein fuck each other in the ass with strap-ons on stage. So it's like,
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with German people?
so it's like not super weird for Rammstein to do that, but it's super
Because it's not your dick.
It's not your dick. It's not your dick.
I've been waiting to show this picture for so long. They had like a box set or something where they had casts of each member's dong,
Right.
and made into dildos. So like you open up this box and it's a box of dicks.
Is my in a box?
They go over the envelope, and every single time.
Has anybody heard anything about any of the repercussions of that happening?
Well, what I don't think anything actually happened to Rammstein, but you can be faced with a fine of like 5,000 rubles and 15 days, I think, in a detainment camp or something.
Wow.
And then you're released and banished from the
Jesus.
country.
Oop, time to lose this costume.
Because we're in Russia.
What's a
Jesus
ruble?
Christ.
Currency of Mother Russia.
So this is a real feel-good story if you like boy-on-boy action, which I think we all do. I think it's safe to say. And so I'm
Well,
proud
you want
of
to
them.
demonstrate?
Show the kids what the guys did. Go ahead.
I'll do it.
You and Jimothy, go right ahead.
You want to make out?
You want to protest Russia?
In an act of defiance here on Trendkill Radio, we snubbed the nose at Russia.
I'll do it.
We're against Russia.
I ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
Bring those lips over here, bad boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's getting real.
Oh.
It's getting real. We're either going to gain a lot of subscribers or lose a lot.
This is for you, Putin. Putin on the Reds?
Oh my God. Was there tongue? I know my mom watches this show, so
I need a cigarette.
this is going to be wild.
Tastes like shattered dreams.
His mouth, yeah.
You're not
And
wrong.
you know what? I think we should end on that high note. Next story.
I need alcohol.
Next.
Next.
Hold on, I need to clean it out.
Well, I'll take a little.
I need to sterilize.
Boys?
How many
Gents.
fucking batches of whiskey
wait.
I've already had today?
Gents.
Yep.
Gents.
There we go.
Coley's got the claw. Claw is the law. This show sponsored by White Claw.
White Claw. When you're on your way to a party where there will be minors, White Claw.
Family show.
We are in so much trouble.
All right, cut
Better not bring your kids.
People will bow to it.
Smash that subscribe button with your fucking dick tip. Oh.
Wow, that Jameson just hit me.
It was on tour, right? That guy? We call him As I Lie Dying guy.
Yeah. We were at like a hotel in like Iowa or something, and this dude like came to our hotel and he looked like Tim Lambesis, and we're like, "Yo, are you As I Lay Dying?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude." And we just crushed so many fucking like Coors Lights with him, like
So many White Claws.
No, dude, this was
Yeah.
pre-White Claw days. This is like
Yeah.
this was like 10 years ago almost.
Right.
Yeah, good guy.
Fucking
Mike's Hard
Jake-
Lemonades.
Jake Wolf like shotgun a beer and cut his lip, and we thought he was gonna die because he has diabetes.
That's a fun Trap House Rave story. Quick plug. We're going to do a Trap House Rave podcast soon. Look out for it. I hope you guys got a huge boner.
Coley's going to get kicked off again.
Yeah, I'm going to be banned again.
You know what was cool as shit that I actually saw Rammstein do? The keyboard player, he was on a treadmill throughout the entire show while he was playing keys.
Mother of God.
I was like, you guys are really into fitness. God damn. You got to think about around, like all that fucking fire they're around too. They're already like just shedding.
So hot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like how much skin is probably peeling off after every show.
Like I was at a festival
They're shedding
recently,
a lot of calories and epidermi.
I was like back by the sound booth and I could still feel the pyro blast.
So we've covered German Holocaust, racism,
and pedophilia.
LGBTQ,
hate speech.
Oh, we're about to get on pedophilia, hate speech,